Hey everybody, my name is Dylan Wade. I'm current NSO senior leader, NSO 2015. Um, so basically today, this is Pog. It's like 12:30 in the morning, and I'm not a monster. I'm just thirsty. So anyway, I'm here to tell you about my favorite or best leadership story. So everybody gather around, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell you about the most intense under 10 AYSO soccer game I've ever been involved in. So, just real quick to start off with a little bit of backstory. Soccer's been a big part of my life since my entire growing up. I started playing when I was about 6 or 7, and then as I progressively got older, when I was about 11 or 12, I started coaching, and then I also started reffing as well. So, one day back in 2008, my 14-year-old self went with two of my buddies, Jeff and Tim, who are both in their mid-40s respectively, to ref an under-10 boys soccer game. Now, just to clarify, these boys are 8 and 9 years old, so they have the hand-eye coordination of basically a sloth. Thus, much like the sloth, they have a tendency to fall over very often. Rarely are they pushed or maliciously slide tackled, but instead they trip over their own feet. This is never really a big deal and comes with the territory of being 8 or 9-year-old boy, but I digress. Anyways, the game begins like every other youth soccer game, with every parent determined that their child is the next Ronaldo or Freddie Adu or whatever player you have and so the fans and the parents are just cheering as loudly as they can for a sport that most of them don't really understand. But anyway, the first half is all fine and good, nothing really of consequence, just another regular soccer game. But about midway through the third quarter, one of the players fell down, just like some of the boys have been doing the entire game. But this time was a little different, because when the kid fell down, instead of all the parents kind of just going, "Oh my gosh, my child fell again," or getting kind of mad but not really like angry, I hear this guy, like this very tough machismo voice from the back, yell, "Hey, what the ref? That kid pushed my kid. How are you not going to call that?" Just this very gnarly string of profanities. And so at first I thought I had heard what he said wrong, but then when I looked over to where I heard the yells coming from, and I saw this big burly father, who unfortunately was also the coach. So that right after that, the ball got kicked out of bounds, and I stopped play, and I called my two ARs over, Jeff and Tim. And so we were like, okay, I called him to the middle of the field. We go, okay, how are we going to deal with this? And so I asked them, hey guys, can you come with me to go talk to this coach / father, because of the fact that he's like in his 40s and easily 100 pounds bigger than I am, and that's slightly terrifying. And so they decide, okay, yeah, we're going to go talk to him. So we go over there, we pull him over down to the side, like out of earshot from the parents and the kids. And so then we kind of ask him, we're like, hey, what you're doing is really, really inappropriate. And could you please stop? Like, it's not good for the kids. And this dad, this father, coach, whatever you want to refer to him as, he just rips me again. And he starts yelling all these profanities. And at this point, I kind of, like, it's loud enough so that everyone on the field can hear. And so I kind of give a brief look in between me, Tim, and Jeff, and we go, okay, sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave, just because this is like, you're in front of kids. We have to be mindful of the children. And we go, you have to leave before we start the game again. And he's very, very pissed, and he walks about 25 yards away, and then proceeds to stand there and look at me very, like, calling me on my bluff almost. And so unfortunately I had to end the game early, just because of the fact that I couldn't start because of protocol with him still on the field, and B, I didn't want the kids being in that kind of situation. So I whistle the game end, and you can tell like all the kids and the parents are kind of upset, but like at the same time the parents kind of get it. The kids are just, oh, I want to play soccer, and they don't really know what's going on. And so I bring all the kids together to the middle of the field and kind of sit them down and we just kind of have what, ironically, now I look back at and realize it was total debrief of what exactly had happened. And I went and I talked to them. I told them what was inappropriate, and they were all kind of like, yeah, that's how he is. And it was like, okay. But I mean, for me, this was a big leadership thing because of the fact it required me to really take charge, even though I was only 14. I had to make sure me and my ARs were on the same page with how we were going to deal with this parent. And then after that, I had to make sure me and the kids were on the same page with what exactly was going on. And I mean, at the end of the day, it was better for everyone that it was over. But at the time, it was kind of intense. So that's my leadership story, I guess. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys', and I'll see you all on Monday. Toodles.